And we're back. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wheels and Shaky, episode number. I didn't even look. What number are we? 23?
22.
22. 22. Episode number
22.
22. 22. It goes to 11 twice. So it's 22.
You can do
And.
math.
Yay, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. We have. It's been a minute since we've been. Since we have recorded the last one. And of course, the last
Many
one.
minutes.
What are you stuck?
No, I'm trying to set the brake on my chair.
Okay, because right now what I'm looking at is ridiculous and funny. There we go. Now
Brakes
what I'm looking
happen.
at is still ridiculous and funny, just different. Um,
Uh, am I funny or am I different?
both. You're ridiculous, and it was ridiculous and funny before, and it's ridiculous and funny now, just by different definition.
Ha.
So, so the last time, so when we last left you, there was preparation for a trip, and a trip where Wheels was coming to visit me in the lovely state of Delaware in our lovely area. And we're actually going to try to do a recording when she was here, but allergies in this area are no joke. And there was just no position. We were never in a position to where we could get a good recording. So we sort
There,
of went on hold.
I didn't believe you prior to being out
I
there.
told you.
That was ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the
Oh yeah.
first 2 days of my visit out there, I couldn't see. I couldn't open my eyes. They hurt so badly. I
Well, that's
mean,
not allergies. That's just from looking at me.
ah,
Yeah.
well,
But
my the trip is called sightseeing,
yes,
and
yeah,
I
not in
couldn't
this case.
see a thing.
Yeah, that's what happens.
It was
It was
miserable.
rough. Yeah, and that was like 2 days before you got here. There was another one of those big giant pollen dumps where my car looked
Uh,
like it just like something like it went through a green paint sprayer. Um,
I did
yeah.
not believe you.
Oh yeah.
I thought Illinois was bad. That
Oh no.
was
Ain't no
miserable.
ain't no joke here, baby. So 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 the so to catch up the rest of the rest of the listening planet, all tens and tens of you. Um, the So the podcast recording that we wanted to do while she was here didn't happen. And then you went home and proceeded to get sick. And so we had to wait a little longer. And then after you started to feel better from like a cold or whatever it was that you had going on there,
Mhm.
and then you proceeded to get a shingle shot, a shingles
Doctor
vaccine.
recommended.
No,
Doctor
and
recommended.
understood.
So I
Look,
had to do
and
it.
I told you, I warned you too. I said that shingles vaccine is going to kick the crap out of you because it kicked the crap out of me. And based on what you're dealing with, I had a feeling it was going to be over. So now here we are. Now we finally have gotten into a position where Wheels feels good enough to partake and be a willing participant in this whole
Yay,
little
Willie.
experiment. Thank you. And I have found the time to actually do this because I have been in this madness cycle of day job, side hustles, and everything else.
Yeah, I was about to say,
So,
don't put all of this off on me.
oh no, a lot of it's on me. I have been extraordinarily busy with my little life that I have. So, but you mentioned something in other conversations that we've had, and therefore, something that I wanted to would take like a quick minute and explain the concept here because I realize, as you have pointed out, that we probably have some folks listening that have not listened from the beginning, that have not gone back to listen to episode one. Now, my recommendation: go back and listen to episode one, and everything between now and then, because they're all, well, I don't know if they're all good, but they all have something. They all have something to provide. Number one, and number two, um, it'll give you some history. But here's a brief, very quick synopsis of who we are and why we're here. We are Wheels and Shaky. Before uh, that is our mildly inappropriate names for ourselves. Wheels, of course, would be the lovely lady in the glasses and the headphones and the brown sweater. If you're watching on YouTube, uh, if not, the lovely lady's voice. Say hello, lovely lady.
Hello there.
All right. But you still don't. I know.
I'm
So
not playing your game. I'm not doing
I know. I had one at work. I had a thing at work. Um, I can't remember the exact phrase, but it was everybody when you see this new person that got hired. If you run across this new person that gets hired, make sure say hello and say everybody say hello and welcome, and that's when everybody else in the meeting is supposed to go hello everybody, hello and
Yes.
welcome. It's the I state your name bit in a different fashion,
Or
and
walk this
or
way. Yes.
surely yes, or walk this way, or surely you must be joking. No, I'm not joking. Don't call me Shirley. This is the thing. Anyway, so wheels is wheels because well, you can. Why are you wheels?
I am sitting in a wheelchair.
Okay, and
I've had MS for 20. See, I don't even count anymore. How many years?
20,
24 years now?
how old's Jess?
Yeah, and no, it,
Right,
it was 2003. So it's 23 years. I've only been in the wheelchair since 2023, though.
right.
So
Yes,
3 years.
yes.
So
That's true.
I've technically only been wheels for 3 years.
That's true. I
And
am.
how long have you been shaky?
I am shaky. I am shaky because I have gotten. I was given. I don't know if given is not exactly the gift that you want. I was given a Parkinson's diagnosis 3.5 years ago. Yeah, about 4 years ago, somewhere in that neighborhood. So she's wheels, I am shaky, and we are to collectively. We have been extraordinarily close friends. Oh, look at that! I didn't even know how that happened. We have been very close. Dare I say, best friends since
Long time.
I don't know. Yeah, it's been 15. Yeah, I don't know, somewhere. It's been an extraordinarily long time. And at one point we were actually uh, at one point Wheels was housemates with my wife and I and my family because she needed a place to crash and you know and somebody to look out for her. So we kind of did that, and then she was and that was cool because it was football season for a lot of those times. And besides being all that, she is my Chicago Bears diehard buddy. And
Mm-hmm. Go Bears.
yeah, so there's all that good, better, best. And so that's it. So that's kind of the thing. That probably went longer than it should have, but we'll tighten that up as we go
Mhm.
forward. And so today is dun, 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 a recap of the trip, which we are lovingly calling.
Adventures in babysitting.
Very good. But you
That I
write
will
up.
do.
So go ahead.
No, I just don't do what you tell me all the time.
Well, that's true, but
What fun would that? What fun would that be?
I know, but I think it's important for folks to know that I'm the guy that's vamping and doing the bulk of the talking. That's just sort of the story of my life.
Because that's what you're good at. Yeah.
You're the brain. It's clear. I think it's quite clear that, or if it's not clear, it should be made clear that you're kind of the brains of the operation. So, uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, much like
And
at
we
home,
and we called it Adventures in Babysitting because
because we were kind of babysitting.
you were babysitting me.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
Allison. I was my Allison. So shaky, Mrs. Shaky,
Mm,
Allison, my lovely and
patient.
um, patient and uh, not well seeing wife. Um, not that not there's
Yeah.
anything, as she has been described historically by me, she has poor eyesight, low standards, and poor judgment, which is why we've been married for 27 years. Eh,
Nice.
so, okay, so yeah, so you came. Let's start. Let's recap real quick the drive.
Well, I undertook the road trip to end all road trips with my son, my daughter, and her boyfriend because they were heading out to Pennsylvania for their father's marriage, his wedding. So, in that sense, I needed someone to take care of me because my other child who I live with works full time. So, Jay and Mrs. Shaky got voluntold that while my children were at the wedding in Pennsylvania, which is the state right next door to Delaware, coincidentally,
Yep.
that they would dump me off on you guys and you could have me for the week. Lucky you guys.
Well, okay. First clarification: there was no voluntolding going on here. We were willing, we were
Hmm.
very willing, open participants in this. We wanted you to come
You
visit.
were.
So because
We were just out of practice. I mean,
that's true.
I did live with you guys for 2 years, and that was prior to me being in a wheelchair. But I mean, we had systems in place.
Yes.
You guys knew how to handle me. So this is 2 years later. My disease has progressed, and we kind of had to
Adapt.
figure out how to make things work.
As a
And
matter of fact,
that's why there were so many adventures.
sure, sure. Well, um, I had something else and I lost it. The
Surprise.
well, we have there. I'm looking at our little outline that you created for, and I see the word that we use a lot:
We say
adapt.
it a lot.
Adaptability. The other thing that we always say a lot with it that goes along with adaptability is,
Mhm.
I don't know, we'll figure it out. How many times?
Right.
How many times have we gone? I don't know. Well, come on, let's just go. We'll figure it out.
I know we frustrate the life out of people
Oh,
because
sure.
I know that people in my life want to plan and make sure I'm taken care of, and they don't understand that the two of us are used to looking at a situation, figuring it out.
Figure it out.
There's always a solution if you look hard enough.
You adapt. You improvise. You overcome. That's you know.
So I took this road trip out to your house, which is not in any way made to be accessible for the likes of me.
That's true. That's true. Our
So
house is not built well for this, and
that
it's
is where the magic word of the episode, adaptability, came into play.
adaptability. Very SpongeBob. No, it's yeah, that's true. We did have to make do. We did have to make do with a very challenging house. So for two, I feel like I have to explain this, but I don't have to explain this. But when we bought this home, when we bought the current house that we are in, um, inventory in this area was extraordinarily low. It was
Mhm.
like we basically had three choices. Two of them would have been one would have been a gut job. One was a house that was partially finished, which would have required a whole slew of stuff. And then there was this one in a nice neighborhood, in a very nice neighborhood, and didn't really need any immediate work, which I didn't want to do because I'd spent a lot of time rehabbing our old house. So we ended up here, and you know it's not a house. This is not our permanent. This is not going to be our permanent residence. Matter of fact, we're kind of shopping already. But
But I'm thinking about the timing of it all.
yeah,
When the timing was you were moving out there, I would eventually move out there to
right.
be with you guys again. But at that point, I wasn't in a wheelchair,
That's true too.
and we could accommodate, or we could think about accommodations for the future.
Right.
But we weren't at that point. So
I also think it's important to note that the first time we came to that the very first trip that we took to Delaware for exploratory purposes,
mhm,
you came with us. It was a trip
I
with me.
was with you, yeah,
It was you, me. It was you and I and Mrs. Shaky that came
right.
out here for the first exploratory trip. At some point, I don't know if we've ever really touched on it. I don't know if we've really touched on it, and if it's relevant to the reasoning, to the reason that I ended up moving here, that Allison and I moved here. So at some point, maybe we should. I don't know if we should get into that at some point or not. Um, I suppose.
I mean, we have touched on the fact that um, you have an autistic son,
Okay,
and we were
did we?
looking at states that were accommodating for his needs and for mine.
That's true.
And
Okay.
I've bragged on my spreadsheet. Come on, I know
Oh yeah,
I've
that's
bragged
right.
on
Yeah.
my
Okay.
one
So we have
state
we have
spreadsheet.
we have covered this. I'm not sure
Yes, we
somewhere
did.
in an episode, but yes,
And all the research that I did in all the states across the nation,
Yep.
um, I weighted them for things like cost of living, and the disability services they provided, and we found that Delaware is fantastic for all of us.
You love a good spreadsheet.
Oh, the colors of the formulas.
Oh,
Oh, I love
oh,
it.
you do. It's actually jarring how
Hey,
much you love it.
it helped us.
It's
It helped
jarring.
us find Delaware.
No, it did. It helped us find it, and it also helped, and it didn't help. It didn't hurt the fact that there are two dudes here, two dudes that I worked with many,
Mm,
gosh, I don't know, 30 years ago. Two guys that I worked with 30 years ago, I maintained a friendship with,
right,
who live here, one lives very close by, one lives moderately close by,
right.
and they were super helpful in sort of helping, and getting us established and making the choice here. It's pretty cool to move somewhere where you have at least an established friend or two.
It's a good thing.
That helped a lot. So
So
So yeah,
go
so
back
that's
to
how we
this
got there.
house
So back to the
and think about what challenges did you think we'd be facing as far as me living, being comfortable, being functional in your house?
when we bought it,
Your
or you
current
mean just
house.
for the current for the
Prior,
for
just
the
prior to this
specific?
trip.
Okay. Um, well, we knew the bathroom. I knew the bathroom, ability to take a shower and all that stuff was going to be a thing. I was worried about getting you in the house through the garage. I knew that was going to be if that was going to happen, it was going to be super tight and really difficult, which is why we ended up using the front door. Now,
So
under
his house has the evil of all evils to get into it. Obviously, it doesn't have a ramp or a lift or anything fancy. We
right,
have
stairs.
stairs.
Yes.
Stairs in the garage, stairs at the front door.
Yep. And the stairs in the garage. So understand. So just to give you a general feel for my home, um, I I use my front door for two reasons: to get to receive Amazon packages, and in case and to to shoo away anybody who comes to my door and bothers us, which doesn't really happen here very often. That's it. Outside of that, my whole world is in and out of my house is through my garage door. It's much like my old house was. Um, in Wheels' case, to get you in and out of the home, get you in and out of the house, we had to we had to use the front door, and literally like just put you in your smaller wheelchair and back you up and lift up, like roll you up the steps. I you're I know you're sort of insulted by the comparison, but the comparison that I make is like using a dolly, using a hand cart to get a refrigerator or a major appliance up a pair of steps, up a couple of steps. Now, you're clearly not the weight of a refrigerator or a major appliance, and I'm not referring to you as a major appliance. It's more about the act of the leverage in the wheels to do this, but that's the way somebody can visualize.
So one of our choices is, and I do have ramps here.
Right.
Um, to go back to the beginning, is we ended up renting a minivan for several reasons, but one of the big reasons it allowed me to bring both of my wheelchairs out to your house.
And yet somehow only one.
One wheelchair I use for being pushed around out in public, and the other one is the Tilton space, so it's more like a recliner.
Yeah.
It allows me to recline back to relax. So we could have brought one of my suitcase ramps, but that would have only helped get up the first two steps.
Yeah.
Because as a traditional house, your front steps, you've got the first set of two steps, concrete steps. But then you have a threshold to get up into the door.
Right.
And your threshold was too big to have like a smaller ramp or to have the wedges that they offer people nowadays to get over the thresholds.
Yeah.
So you would have had to pull me up through that anyway.
Right.
And before we did measure the door. We made sure I could fit through the door width, which is very important for those people out there listening who might be traveling. Always know the width of your chair and the width of any doorways.
Yeah, it's the semi truck drivers who need to know the height of their trailer and what's going to fit under the bridge.
Right.
Same.
So
yeah. Measure.
We knew you could get me in.
Yes.
Here's the problem we ran into is that yes, you were strong enough to get me up those 3 stairs. It would have been to get in your house.
Yes.
But that meant you had to be with me all the time.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
have a life to lead.
Well, it was
Twice.
was young son or young boyfriend able to get you in and out?
Matthew did get me in the house. My son did get me in the house once.
Okay.
But it took him pulling and
right.
The other boy, I don't want to mention names, but
he moves. Look, yeah, but he also moves packages around for a big company, so he should be able to do that.
He does, but you have some really tall stairs.
That's true. Okay.
I will say that. So,
okay.
and I know the other people didn't have to do much, but it was just nice to have that there.
But there was one positive that came from all of this, and that was the movement. That was the movement provided on one day by hot, sweaty Tesla guy.
Oh my God, that's going to get into the story.
And hot, sweaty Tesla guy, yes, the hot was as the hot. My understanding is talking to you and talking to Mrs. Shaky that the hot part was not based on temperature.
You said it too. Come on.
Hey, no. Hey, look, I
Objectively speaking, we knew this.
objectively speaking, I was like, I could see where women would think this is a good looking dude. He looks like he's
Mhm.
one of the Allman brothers. I mean, yeah,
Yep. Yep. That was one of the adventures I was going to speak about. We have a lot of adventures to talk about,
yeah,
but that adventure was you were at your band gig, and I had to get in
yeah,
Allison's
yeah. Oh,
car to go see you.
yeah, that too. Yeah,
And so ahead of time, in the middle of the day, you go out there to speak to hot, sweaty Tesla guy
yep.
who is on your roof. We didn't explain that Tesla is that the company?
Yeah, yeah, very. I was having solar panel work done on my house.
Right.
That's what
So hot, sweaty Tesla guy was on your roof all day.
right.
So yeah, so he had to come out and help get me out of the house because we talked about having to get me in going up the stairs.
Okay.
Going out of the house and going down the stairs is just as difficult.
Right.
Um, so hot, sweaty Tesla guy had to come and help get me down the stairs to get out of your house.
So understand, logistically speaking, very quickly. At this point, your kids and the boyfriend, I have vacated. They've dropped you off and they've gone to their event, and it's just you and Mrs. Shaky at the house. Because I've already had to leave to go get prepped and get set up for this band gig that you guys were coming to see. But before I left, I this the hot sweaty Tesla guy who had been here a couple times already. And I got a good and just in conversation with, he's a good dude. He not only is he, he seems like a really good guy. I told him, I said, hey, listen, you want to make a real easy 10-20 bucks and help me out? He's like, sure. What do you need? And I said, I got to get my friend in the wheelchair down these steps, and I'm not going to be here to do it. My wife can't. You just got to wheel her down the steps. He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I kind of set the whole thing up before I left, and then I heard what an actual adventure it was, because not only was it getting you down the steps, it was also getting you in Allison's car.
Oh, well, it was funny because she had to go out and tell him, we were ready to go. Really nice guy comes and he was pretty amazed. He and actually his assistant came.
Hmm.
His assistant stood at the base of the stairs. So he gets me out down the stairs, and your wife tried to give him money and he wouldn't accept it.
I,
But
I
I
already
will tell you, if he called me ma'am one more time, I was gonna go crazy.
he called
You're
me
welcome, ma'am. Oh my goodness.
well.
You're
That's the thing.
welcome,
He's
ma'am.
got a
Do you
little
need
bit
anything
of
else,
that.
ma'am? It was
Yeah.
really sweet. It was. So then we were trying to get into the vehicle, and Allison could have done it, but the way I was trying to explain it, and we hadn't practiced it. And it's this whole thing about shifting me and all this to get me into the vehicle. So he sees us struggling a little bit, and he and his assistant are, loading up their car for the day. And Allison calls him over, and he'd been watching us, so he knew what we were trying to do. So it's funny, after Allison had tried 3 or 4 times, we couldn't do it. He steps in. She asks him, and he offers, and he says no problem. And it's how it is. He's really got to
It,
get in front and grab me
it's the
and grab
shoving
my
of it's the
leg and then
shoving of the
shove me,
ass.
shove my butt. And
Yeah,
it was funny because I laughed. I smelled like hot sweaty Tesla guy the rest of the night
you did. You
because
had that.
it was not a great smell. It was a very distinct smell.
Yeah, but
Um,
every time you get that whiff of what that smell is, you get the vision of him in your head,
Woo!
and that's a whole
The
thing.
ponytail, yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
But no, it was embarrassing because the way he had to grab me.
Oh, sure.
I don't know this person. The way he has to maneuver my leg and then push my butt, and
Yep.
I don't know. We bonded.
Yeah,
I will always remember hot sweaty Tesla
I'll
guy.
tell him you said hello, because he's got. I think he's coming back. They have had to reschedule something on me twice, and I'm like, hey, can you send that guy back? Because I know. So yeah, I'm going to
So
try to throw a little money in
thank
his
you
pocket.
from the bottom of my heart.
Yes, and not from your bottom and your heart.
It
Yes. So
was a moment, and I felt horrible. It was just because, and people who've experienced this agony will understand. You have a new car, and the new car has a lip on the side of the seat.
yep.
And I know they're building, seats so that they cushion your bottom to make it more comfortable. But In doing so, they put this lip on the side that you can't slide over very easily.
Yeah.
And that's what we were having trouble getting me up and over that. And Hot and Sweaty Tesla guy kind of did it. No problem.
Yep.
Came in, just grabbed my leg, shoved in the car, pushed my butt. It was this whole thing.
Well,
That tells you how close I had to be to him because I smelled like him, like sweat for the rest of the night.
yeah, I didn't notice the smell of sweat on you because when we drove home and stopped for chicken. Um, I didn't
Gas
notice the
station
smell of
chicken.
sweat with you, but that's because I was busy. I maybe I just had the smell of chicken that I just the smell of
You were
gas station.
hungry.
I was all about gas station chicken at that point because because of that one song. And
Yeah.
yeah. So, but then you get the other but then you get the other thing. So my Grand Cherokee, which I've had, my old beater Grand Cherokee, get you up into that thing. Old school leather seats
Leather
with no
seats. That's
lead.
the other
You
difference is
slide
leather
right in.
seats.
Slide right in.
Oh,
Easy.
not a problem.
Easy. And then Mongo, the car that I referred to as Mongo, I have a Wrangler, a Jeep Wrangler with no, and the top's off right now because it's summertime. And that door, they'll take the door off, or the door opens so completely out of the way that I literally just scoop you up and just plop you in, which we've
Right.
done before, which was a great story on another episode about when we left the hospital. Those people,
Well, no, you had to do that when I went. This was another adventure we had
yes.
because you scooped me up, threw me a Mongo at your house,
Mm-hmm.
and took me to see.
Crab barn.
Yeah, at Crab
Yeah.
Barn.
Yep.
Went to go see live music,
Yep.
and that was challenging because then after sitting in my seat for 2 hours there, you had to get me back in Mongo.
Well, and yes, and at a high top table in the that was so awkward. I'm sorry. That was crazy. That one we should have. I don't know.
That was another adventure. Yeah.
Yes, that was its own adventure. All these so in something. So here's the thing: all these adventures that we keep saying the word adventure. Understand that while these adventures are happening, boy, do they suck. Sometimes they suck. I mean, we're laughing our way through them, but we're going.
I
It's
thought it was funny.
It was funny, but in a lot of ways, look, Neil Peart, one of my my drumming idol and a who's no longer with us, and a fantastic writer, by the way, wrote a book. One of the books that in one of his books where he chronicles motorcycle trips that he's done a couple of these like on tours. He I don't know if he coined the phrase or if he pulled it from somebody else, but I've read it from him a couple times where it's adventures suck when you're having them, and there's some truth to that. It's
But our
there was a
adventures
couple
are
times.
usually fun, Jay.
Oh sure.
We have learned to make them fun. I mean,
Well yes,
for
I
example, I
can
mean,
make anything
it,
fun. I mean,
it
go to a
might have been
charm show.
embarrassing, Allison, but at the Crab Barn, yes, there were high top tables, and I was sitting down in my wheelchair well below you, and so I couldn't reach my food, so I had to endure you feeding me again, which hasn't happened in many years.
Yes, that's true.
People think we're crazy when this is happening, and maybe I should be embarrassed, but we make do. We adapt.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help the embarrassment factor when I'm doing airplanes and choo choos and all that stuff too. Because yeah, come on, here, ready for another bite? Yes, here comes the airplane, and you get all pissy with me because I'm doing stuff that I used to do when I would feed a child, and so yeah, but
I'm used to a lot of it by
yeah,
now.
so
So that was fun. I mean, that was a lot of the challenges was that we would go someplace and I'd be sitting in my wheelchair for 2 hours. And we've talked about this for a long time. If a regular wheelchair could tilt back a little bit, but when I'm sitting in a wheelchair and I'm compressed, I get exhausted.
yep,
And I do need you to feed me, and I do need you to throw me in your vehicle. Um, so that was one of our challenges, is that limiting outings or that knowing I would be physically exhausted after we were done
yep,
and still having to get me in the vehicle
yeah,
and in the house and usually go to the bathroom, which was another source of adventures that we had. Was I don't think you made it clear that I need to stay on the first floor of your house,
mm-hmm.
and there is no shower on the first floor,
Right,
first off, and there are no handicap like railings and all that near your toilet.
that's true.
So the bathroom was its own series of challenges.
Yep,
And the fact there was a 90-degree turn to get my wheelchair anywhere near that door jamb.
Yeah, in a hallway, and in a hallway that's not very wide.
How
But
much damage did we do?
not, yeah, honestly, not hardly at all. It's not anywhere near as
Okay.
much as you'd think. Number one, and number two, we did actually end up making that work pretty well. And had we
We did.
known, and the shower thing ended up being resolved because at the shower by the pool.
That's another story in a second.
Right, we'll get there. So um,
So what we had to do was
go to the toilet.
physically, you guys had to turn my chair
Yep.
in the hallway
Yes.
90 degrees, almost lift it, scoot it, 90 degrees to turn it. So
Yep.
it faced the door jamb.
And then
And I was able to find, instead of having a handrail, I was able to use your pedestal string
yes.
as purchased for my right arm,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty much all I need because I can stand and pivot, they call it. I mean, I am still able to stand in place.
Yes.
I am working on taking more steps again soon, but um, that would allow me to at least get ready
Right.
before you could turn me to place me on the toilet.
Right.
So
And
someone did have to turn me 90 degrees to place me on the toilet.
actually, we had to turn you 180 degrees if we're
Oh, that
being
would be
yeah,
180.
180 degrees. Number one.
See, now I
Uh,
can't math.
right. It's 100. I can't math. It'd be 180 degrees, and it was like slow dancing. Sometimes it'd be like, okay, come on, get up here, get a hold, and then strangers in the night, and we'd pivot you 180
Yeah.
degrees, and then and drop you. Not drop you, but place you. Yeah, it was an adventure. Look, and that was an adventure that happened 3 or 4 times a day.
But also, I did bring toilet rails with me.
Yes, yeah. Which
For those of you who know, it's the um, rails that you physically install in the back of your toilet.
yeah, they're like armrests.
Yeah,
I put 'em
they're
upstairs.
the portable ones that are like a walker that sits on the either side of your commode. I found it doesn't support my weight securely. It rocks too much. So the ones that actually fasten to the back of your toilet and sit on the lip that you can push up on securely. Yeah.
So,
I asked Shaky to install them and he did. Thank
oh
you so
yeah,
much.
oh yeah. No, and not only are they installed. So I took I realized you can take those rails off, but leave that back mounting bracket
Plate. Yeah.
plate on, and just leave that on there. So
Cool. I
so
did
like
not know that.
so if you come back, or if you come back, or if we have anybody else come and visit that would need the assistance of these things, they just clip right back on.
Cool.
Yeah, so that part's kind of nice. Um,
So we made the toilet work.
yes.
We ended up getting pretty good at that by the end of the week. The only issues were when I was extremely tired, but you guys handled it very well. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was all. That part was easy, and even the steps at the end of the day, the steps were not that big of a deal, at least for me.
Mm-mm.
And you got and you got the reward of sweaty Tesla guy, hot sweaty Tesla guy,
Hot, sweaty Tesla guy.
right? And the hot being the key word.
And the
So that
funny
was
thing
cool.
is, I went out every day when I was there,
Hmm.
whereas where I'm here and I've got the ramp and it's easy for me to get outside, I don't go outside.
Yeah, but you still can't do it on your own.
Right, the ramp isn't the standard height rise requirement, so it's difficult. I'd be looking face down at my demise if I tried to do it on my own.
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad.
But yeah,
So
we didn't have as many fun things to do, but even going to take a shower at your place was fun. If you want to explain that whole
well, the shower
that
thing.
was your brainchild.
Well, the shower thing was, I know there's not a shower on the first floor of my home, and we knew there was going to be a thing. But I did know that in our little HOA and our little our little community, we have a pool and a pool house and a locker room and showers. And I was like 99% sure that there was a bench in the showers, and the showers were like flat enough where, even what ultimately you ended up just rolling your wheelchair in there
Yep, that's
right in the
exactly
shower.
what we did.
So bam, shower done. Allison and Mrs. Shaky took her over there and helped her get all showered up and all that business, and it worked.
It was actually really, really nice. The funny part that I was trying to explain to you, trying to get me ready to go down there.
Oh yeah,
We realized it was going to be You're already laughing.
I forgot about. I didn't even think about that. I didn't
Oh
even.
no,
There's
that
some.
was the most humiliating part of my week.
No, stop it. That
Not
was nothing. It
humiliating,
was
not in a bad way, not in a bad way.
right.
But
So
just having you trying to figure out how to get me down there.
well, so yeah, so that at that point it was, um, like we took one of Allison's beach cover up things and basically dressed you in that to roll
Mhm.
you to and did you guys you didn't take the car did
No, she
right
pushed me in my
she
wheelchair.
just pushed the wheelchair from our
That's why I
house
called it the Moo Parade because
right
that's what it felt like. I'm in this brightly colored Moo looking
that's what
thing
that is okay I
with this
couldn't
towel draped over my lap
right
to kind of keep me
the-
from,
from
exposing myself
being
to the world.
right you know
And she's pushing me down the street through your neighborhood. I
it's
didn't even know what to think.
where you needed like an ice cream like a an ice cream truck bell or something ding ding ding
I
ding
know it's
ding
like
ding
I'm like waving, hello,
right
hello, people.
funny
Yeah, and I'm like praying as we got closer to the clubhouse. I'm like, please, don't let anyone be in the pool. Don't let anyone be in the pool.
well if they were in the pool actually it wouldn't have mattered that much but
There were some people that saw us come in
yeah
and go into the bathroom, but then I'm in the shower stall, and there's only two stalls in there.
right
One I'm at the shower, one I'm at the toilet. Thankfully, there was one with the toilet. But the whole thing, I'm like, please don't let someone just walk in there.
You
This
know
would
what?
be really.
Honestly, in this neighborhood, I will say it because this is it's not a very big subdivision. I mean, it's only one, two, three, it's like five streets. It's not a big subdivision by any stretch of the imagination.
I just didn't want to embarrass
And
you guys. And Allison didn't seem embarrassed by like
nobody,
pushing me
no,
down the street, like in the moo in my wheelchair. And the shower actually worked really, really well.
yeah,
It was a good shower.
I bet.
I mean, with the handheld nozzle and everything, it was a very good shower.
Right. So that
It
part
just
worked well. That was functional, at least.
it I was surprised. I mean, when you first proposed it, I thought you were insane.
The only thing that we screwed up on was we didn't water the seat cushion because of
Hmm.
that little tear in the seam. The seat
Hmm.
cushion ended up getting wet, so we had to take the cover off and let it dry. So I hope it didn't stink after that
No, it's
because
fine.
we
It's
let it.
absolutely fine.
It was really hot that day, and I let it just sit out in the sun and just bake. And I think it took that
Hmm.
I sucked the moisture out of it. That was my only actual concern there.
No, it
Um,
worked really, really well. I mean, it was, and
so now
despite all the,
we know that's a winner if we stay in this neighbor, because I
I
think
visit you in good weather.
yeah, but that's when are you coming back? Well, you're not coming here in bad weather. I'm not going to
Yeah.
be here in bad. I mean, who knows? I may not be here in bad weather. I'm going to go somewhere else. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was a good one. And then we had, let's see. I'm looking down the list of what OT. No.
Yeah,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it was
You know
still
what?
the adventures we had because there's no way I would remember them
Who would have
with
thought?
my memory.
Who would have thought an excellent OT exercise is the act of peeling shrimp?
Again, we learned so much on this adventure.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're a seafood eater, but you always just get it already you already get it prepared. Look,
Yeah.
I live 8 miles from the ocean. By like as the crow flies, I'm about 8 miles away from the Atlantic Ocean. I go to my guy right around the corner here, and I get shrimp that was in the water yesterday. 2 days ago. I get really good fresh shrimp with the shell and the tail on, which you
Oh,
in the little gut, the little gross,
intestine.
intestinal gut thing that you have to get that you want to get out of shrimp.
Yeah.
And I was very happy that you volunteered to help me peel the shrimp. In a pound of shrimp, I think they said 20. I don't know how many shrimp are in a pound. I know, and out of the pound of shrimp, you peeled
Two.
three.
Two.
I thought it was three.
Oh, did I get to three?
I think maybe two and a half because I think you were having trouble with the shell at one point, or you shall have
Was
trouble
overly
with the poop.
ambitious. I honestly thought I was going to do at least half as many as you did.
No, no,
I
couldn't do that.
cannot believe it. I just struggled so badly.
Well, that's the look. When I first got here, when I first got here 3 years ago, I struggled with it too. After a while, you build a little bit of technique, and B, when you're cooking in your own house, you're not worried about like plating it for presentation. Where it has to look perfect.
Hmm.
You'll cut that. You'll take a fork and you'll just work your way down the back of that thing, down the spine, so you can get the guts out of it that way. And if not, it's so it butterflies a little bit. It's not that big of a deal.
My problem was that I couldn't hold it with my left hand.
Right.
And if I couldn't hold it with my left hand, I couldn't
Couldn't peel
get
it.
the, yeah, I couldn't peel it with my right.
Yeah.
So, but I ended up finding a way to put it up against my body. I ended up smelling very shrimpy,
Yeah.
but I ended up finding a way to do it because I adapted.
Yes, you did.
I did, and I peeled 3 shrimp.
Yeah. Yeah,
At the
you
time,
did.
it took you to peel what, 50?
No, no, a pound. I think I want to say a pound is like 20 because they're pretty good size.
Oh, makes me
Um.
feel so much better.
So then, so we had that, and
The
then what
Big
else?
Chill was, I will say, of all the places I went out there, and actually my kids, same thing. Our favorite place was the Big Chill Beach
Oh,
Club.
that's a great. First off, fantastic spot.
Hmm.
Good food.
Perfect spot.
Good food. It's a great place. It's right by the bridge and the inlet. And you got the ocean on one side. You got the bay on the other side. You got a nice sunset at night. If you get down, if you were to get down to that area really early in the morning, the sunrise is amazing. Um, there's always there's typical on the weekends on Friday and Saturday night. There's good music there. Um, it's a good hang. It's a good hang.
Was, but when I pulled up to it, I looked and I saw all of these stuff. The restaurant, the bar, everything was on the second floor.
Yes, but there's good
Because
ramps.
I mean they're maximizing the views.
Right.
But and so of course my first thought is
How you getting up there?
elevator, how am I gonna get up there? What's gonna happen?
Ramp.
But then I see this intricate system of ramps.
Yes. It's the Harry Potter staircase of ramps.
It was frightening when I first approached it. It looked like a maze. I mean, I knew we were gonna be able to get to the top somehow,
Yes.
but to go right and left and right and left and then it was insanity, which I was perfectly fine with. I think we went there twice
Yeah,
before I
because
went to
you went
the final night with you guys.
you went with the kids once, and then
Yeah, I
and then
did
you
just
came
go
with
there
us.
once.
Yeah.
And then I really enjoyed like being up there with the band. But then I realized I had to go down the ramps. And who was going to push me down the ramps?
I don't know who did it the first time. I know who did it the second time.
I very much know who did the second time.
Well, look, I didn't let go of you. I threatened it a bunch. I was thinking
You
about it. But I
always do,
didn't.
yeah.
Yes, of course I do. Look, look, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure at this point, if you haven't figured out that in the process of me pushing you in a wheelchair up a ramp, down a ramp, up the side of a damn mountain, or down a damn mountain for that matter, or across the Roberto Clemente Bridge,
That I will
you know
never be forgiven.
you know if you have not figured it out, if you have not figured out yet that I'm going to have fun with it, as much
Yeah.
fun with it in the process as I can, then baby, you just ain't paying attention for the last 15 years because that's just who I am.
I know
I'm
better.
not one of those. I'm just we're gonna pop the occasional wheelie. On a decline, I might loosen the grip a little bit
You have
because
to take a rest somehow.
why not? Let's have some fun doing this. This is also why you and I are friends, because not only you say that you might say that, oh, it's ooh, it's scary, and that is a load of crap. You love the fact that I do all that shit. Oh,
I do. I absolutely do. And anyone who spent any time in a wheelchair, I've had to explain this to people, is that first little while when you're in it, learning to trust people
mhm.
because everything you do is at the mercy of someone else.
That's true.
It is one of the most difficult things I had to learn was that I wasn't in control of anything.
Yeah.
And then I had to relinquish control to you and learn even more.
And
But
that
you make it fun.
I have to forego control to that guy, and he's a maniac.
You the looks we get sometimes.
Well, yeah, but look,
Yeah.
what do you want? You want me to be boring?
No, heck no.
Well, then there you go. We're good.
It's kind of like when you threw me into manga. I wonder how many people were looking at us when we were outside the crab barn.
Oh,
And
because my foot slipped. Because that's a gravel parking lot. My foot slipped on some gravel, and I almost I lost my
oh,
balance for a second.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that like it struggled a little bit to get you in on the because getting you in the garage when we were in the garage, getting you in and out in the garage was fine. The
Yeah.
gravel parking lot is a challenge. Um,
Okay.
I should have made my
Now
buddy
I
do it. I should have made my buddy do it because he's younger and stronger than I am.
know.
And he was willing. Um, but no, the best time I ever had loading you into Mongo was something I know we've talked about this, but was when you were getting out of the hospital. The day I picked you up, getting out of the hospital, and
Yeah, it's
that
only
no
because the
doors,
security guard.
yeah, no doors, no nothing, and they're looking up. Is he? That woman just got out of a wheelchair, and he's. Oh my god! What do you? I
The
mean,
running guy.
hey, are you guys okay? He came out. Yes. Hey, are you guys okay? Yeah, we're fine, dude.
That was a fun trip.
Oh, the looks were great. No, it was good. It was. I mean, I don't know if we. Oh yeah, I don't. Well, do you really want to? Do you really want to get into that last one? That's not hashtagged.
Well, I thought you'd enjoy that one.
I
That note.
I
Hey,
don't.
it is part of being in a wheelchair. People understand. Are
I
you
you know
embarrassed on my
I'm
behalf?
a little. Yes, a little bit because I look. I am very. I will throw you under the bus sometimes, in when it's kind of a mild throwing you under the bus. This feels a little bit more of a bus toss. Although now that we've talked about it so much, I kind of feel like we have to explain it.
I'm interested to hear from your perspective.
Well, okay. So historically, again, because you were a housemate of ours for a while.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know what being in a wheelchair and how there's a
You're
you
less
have a gift.
mobile, so um your digestive system is a little bit different because you're less mobile.
Okay, all right. So you have a gift.
Is it
you
really a gift?
you have a gift of in if the Olympics had a toilet clogging event, you would be you're on the podium. You're definitely on the you're definitely on the podium. I don't know
Yay.
if you're a gold medalist, but you're definitely on the podium.
Oh, come on.
And it was one good I have a really nice I have a very a very nice like a professional grade toilet rotter because just the regular old plunger ain't doing the job for you. So I tried the plunger and the plunger was a no-go and I'm like, okay. And I went outside and I grabbed the big giant toilet rotter and I had to do it that way
You
because
missed me.
yes,
I had to do it at least once
that's the
to
part.
remind you of all the things you missed.
Yeah, I think we got to close on the toilet rotter thing because yeah, that was my little adventure, you know. Uh, and that
I
was
don't think it was as bad as it used to be. I just
I
think you're just out of practice.
no, I it's no, oh no, I'm not because the other person because there's somebody else in this house that's on that podium with you, and it
Oh.
ain't me.
Oh.
So yeah, the it's but that's why because I had the smaller one. I had the smaller like the smaller like amateur grade toilet rotter for a while, and that one just wasn't at one point that one stopped
Yeah.
doing the job. And so I went to so I went and I went to I went to the big professional grade. I mean, this thing is 4 or 5 feet long, and I mean it's industrial. It's industrial. This thing I could
Uh,
I could unclog a sewer line with this thing, which I probably had to do at some point with with you being here. So yeah, no,
hey, this
it
girl's
was
got
and
skills.
I'm really trying not to be gross about this. I'm not, but I got to tell you, what came when I pulled that rotter back out and what came back out with it,
Uh,
ick. Just yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Just yeah.
I
Um,
am telling you, I mean, it's the lack of a functioning digestive system is not. I don't know. It's something I miss. It really is.
it's not what I
It's.
meant.
I mean, if it functions really well, but
Okay.
not often enough.
Ugh. I don't. I'm having memories of what, like the visual of what took place there. I can
And
you
on
know.
that, see, adaptability, we made it work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And what are we doing for the future, though? Because if you really want to have to deal with me and my presence again, unless you keep me mobile and keep me active, in which case, my systems are would
Yeah.
probably function more normally.
Well, and
And
that's
you are
that's
very good about doing that, I will
that's the
say.
thing. That's the thing. I'm not a sedentary person. This is a known thing. I don't sit still very well, and which, by the way, I will tell you. I know this is sort of this episode has sort of been about your trip. At some point, we should dig in a little bit deeper to recent things with my particular maladies, uh, but like improvements, odd improvements that have happened. And we said something we should probably maybe we could bring that up next time. Uh, but my level of activity that I've really, because I've been burning the candle at both ends
Mhm.
lately, has actually been helpful for some things. Uh, so no, so if you're around, you're not like sitting in the house. That just ain't happening.
So it keeps, I mean, it helps both of us.
Yes,
You keeping me active, me keeping you active.
right,
I mean, it's
hmm
cyclical.
right. So yeah, and that's very true. So maybe one of the upsides of that with that activity is a lack of is like the number of toilet clogs goes down a little bit, but
So hopefully you guys still want me to come out there because
yeah, we got it. We just need to figure out that we that's a there's a list of things that I'm not going to dig into the podcast now, but yeah, there's stuff. Um,
hopefully it's still a goal and I haven't
oh
scared
yeah,
you.
yeah. No, stop it, stop it. I don't want stop it. We're not doing that.
Well, it's
Um,
adventures in babysitting. I mean,
it is
maybe
adventures at babysitting. It's adventures.
adventures in.
It's adventures in adaptability, and it's adventures in figuring it out. That's the thing. This to me, the underlying message of all of this, and we're going to close this up here. The underlying message in all of this is you can look at whatever obstacle you have in front of you, and whatever you think that obstacle is, and you got one of two choices: stand there and stare at it until you turn around and go home, or just get out there and figure it out. That's it. That's
Mhm.
kind of your only two choices in life. You either do it or you don't. Figure it out, work your way through it, adapt, improvise, overcome. Just go and do it, or shut up and go home.
Yeah,
That's kind of it. So take your pick.
exactly.
So anyway, I think that's a wrap on. I think that's a wrap on the whole thing here. Unless you got
That
anything
works.
else.
No, that's all.
Uh, so yeah. So hey, wheelsandshaky.com. Emails can be email. We still. I have been so busy. I haven't worked out the email thing. So shaky at wheelsandshaky.com will get an email to me, which will be shared amongst our little group here. And info, I think there's also an info at wheelsandshaky.com. But shaky at wheelsandshaky.com. Send us an email. Tell us what you like. If you like the show, if you don't like the show, if you think it's crap, if you have ideas for us, if you have something you want us to talk about, if you have suggestions for things, we're working on a couple of future guests at some point. We have a few other, hopefully, some other things in the works. Please tell your friends about us. We're trying to get better at the marketing thing. But the more listeners we have, the more podcast listeners and subscribers that we get, we might actually be able to get a sponsorship or two for this thing, and which would make life a lot better. Probably improve the quality of what it is that we're doing. Outside of that, I think we're good. You got anything else for the planet?
No, I think that's all. I mean, just other than to remember that, I mean, there's fun in adventures.
There isn't that. Even
Hmm.
if they suck when you're having them. Get out of
Exactly.
here. Go do things. Go do stuff. Be kind to people. Be well. Take care of yourselves. And for the love of Mike, go figure it out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you. Catch you next time.
Next
Later.
time.